All right, here with my man AJ where are you, in New York City?
New York City, Brooklyn, New York.
Brooklyn, New York, and took a lot to get him on. Had to talk to his people. You're a busy guy, or at least not a fan of when the Jets are losing, and I assume that happens often.
All the time. It's not easy being green.
It's not easy. So I wanted to talk to you because you and well, we've obviously known each other for years and years. It's amazing that we've known each other nearly 10 years when you think about it. And more importantly, our relationship has shifted over the last year or so as you've begun your flexible eating journey. And the main reason I wanted to speak to you specifically is you are known for being, you buck the system, AJ. You're a rule breaker. You live by your own rules, the beat of your own drum, and flexible eating is no different. But what's awesome is, even knowing this, you're getting some pretty incredible results. I want you to tell everybody about that.
So this is year 2 of my flexible eating journey. I started, I think it was July of last year as well. I think it was July 25th. And I think I was much more strict last year. I was actually following it pretty close to the spirit of the program, hitting triple zeros every night. I mean, I'm eating grams of butter and, cutting jelly beans in half to get, triple zero. I lost 33 pounds last year, and then it just came to a crashing halt. I just fell off the program completely, stopped tracking, and stopped doing anything remotely close to flexible nutrition. I started up again this year, July 5th, and for those who don't know, I'm down to 223 pounds. I haven't weighed myself this morning. I might actually be less. Started at 260, so do the math.
So you're down nearly 40 pounds right now.
Yeah.
Well, but before you go on, sorry to interrupt, but what was your lowest last year?
I think 33 pounds total last year. I think I started at 253 last year. What was it, 30 pounds? I'm not sure, but I got down to around, I think it was 217.
So not that far off of where you currently are.
Yeah. And I think it was 270. But in either case, I think it was 33 pounds. So it was right around where I am now. And this is right around the time last year where I just completely fell off the wagon. Not to finish answering a question about or talking about how I'm marching to the beat of my own drum. I have been following as strictly this year. I've been doing somewhat, of a strict flexible nutrition eating program. If I hit my macros, I hit my macros. If I'm under, I'm under. If I go over, I go over. I really don't think about it, because I think what happened last year was the pressure of hitting the triple zeros was just too much for me.
Okay.
Instead of doing what I'm doing this year and just not really caring, I said, that's it. I can't do it anymore. Like with, Rob Wolf talks about when people say, I can't do paleo. So instead I'll have a bagel with cream cheese and orange juice for breakfast, as if that would be better.
Right.
So I lost my train of thought. Yeah. So I'm just doing what I can this year. Not putting any pressure on myself. If I get close to my macros, and whatever happens, and I weigh myself the next day, I lose weight, or stay, not stagnant, but stay even, and I'm happy. I'm very happy.
No, and you said, I'm not really caring, but the truth is you're just not letting it burden you. You're tracking every day, and there are days I know that you're still really close to triple zeros, whether you are cutting up jelly beans or it's just naturally based on the foods that you're eating. But I think one thing people can really take from this is it doesn't have to be overbearing and it doesn't have to be all consuming. If simply by keeping track, I would guess, and you can fill us in, that more often than not, you wind up being close to your numbers because you're just more aware of what you're eating.
Yes, I track everything, and at the end of the night, I magically not magically, but I come close to my numbers. Now, I know in the program you're supposed to plan ahead. You're supposed to plan the next day ahead. I do not do that. I do not do any planning, and that includes if I'm staying at a hotel for a night, if I'm going on vacation, if I go camping. I don't sweat it. I just do my best. Obviously, I'm not bringing a scale everywhere I go, but sometimes I do bring a scale to a hotel. No, zero planning, because it's in my personality to get overwhelmed by planning and goal setting, and the exact opposite of what any guru or motivational speaker would tell you is going to lead to success. But this is what works for me, and something I've always said to people is, if it works for you, keep on doing it. Don't change a thing. So I'm just flying by the seat of my pants, and it's working for me.
No, and I think you're absolutely right. And I think that's the beauty of flexible eating. Yes, I encourage people to get close to zeros. Yes, I encourage people to plan ahead. But at the end of the day, it needs to work for you. And if planning too far in advance is stressful, or the thought of trying to nail down zeros is stressful, and that's what stops you, like you said earlier about paleo, I would rather you have days where you're within 20 but aware of what you're eating than simply going crazy and not keeping track. And I think that's a lesson that people can learn. This is meant to be sustainable, and it's only sustainable if it works for your lifestyle.
Absolutely.
And 40 pounds down, something is clearly working for your lifestyle.
Yeah, and what I'd like to mention is, last year when I lost 33 pounds, had very little to do with exercise, because last year I discovered I had 4 herniated discs. Excuse me. And exercise just wasn't really in the cards. And I don't mean I wasn't working out. I mean, I wasn't doing CrossFit. I wasn't doing anything with intensity. My exercise was walking long distances, maybe doing some bicep curls, some lateral raises. And the same for this year. It's mostly flexible nutrition, flexible eating. I have been doing spinning, so that has been helping, but diet first, exercise second. And this has happened many other times in my life when I've lost weight. It's always when I'm injured for some reason when I decide to lose weight. It's eating first, dialing your nutrition, and then exercise second. And I'm ranting, and I think I lost my train of thought, but I just wanted to mention that it's been the eating that's been the catalyst for my weight loss, and not exercise.
I think for a lot of people that's the case. Not for a lot of people. I think we've learned over, nutrition is key. It's 80 to 90% of everything, how we look, how we feel, and how we perform. So we need to be dialing that in. And hey, you're moving. CrossFit isn't the only form of exercise. Granted, I'm very biased and think it's the best, but the fact that you're getting up out of bed and you're exercising is better than the alternative.
Absolutely. And my back still hurts. It sucks, but I'm working through it. I can't wait to get back into CrossFit.
And losing weight is going to help you. So if that's what's allowing you to get back in, quote unquote CrossFit shape, that's great.
Absolutely. I want to give a shout out to CrossFit South Brooklyn, the premier CrossFit box in the entire universe.
I can't argue with that. Dave is the man. So
David. I'm sorry, go ahead.
David Osorio, good friend of both of ours. So excited that even 10 years into all of our CrossFit journeys, we still can be friendly and represent one another.
And CrossFit South Brooklyn is where I met you. I don't know if you met me, but I met you. You were at the level 1.
Yeah, I remember.
You're the assistant to the assistant coach.
Assist-
I
Assistant coach.
don't remember you presenting at all. I just remember you kind of being there.
Yeah, probably just snuck in.
Yeah, it was a big. It was a who's who of CrossFit. Coach Glassman spoke to us at the end, and it was Boz, Chuck Carswell, EC, Rob Miller, and I'm forgetting some people. I apologize.
Pat Sherwood.
Pat Sherwood. How can I forget Pat Sherwood? But it was just fantastic, and that's when I met Jason Ackerman. So I have that's why I always point back to CrossFit South Brooklyn for changing my life, because it's introduced me to so many wonderful people, including Jason Ackerman.
Wow. What a perfect time to wrap up this interview when you're talking positively about me.
Absolutely, Jason. You're a great guy. I'm gonna give you some more adulation. I made a nice post about you on Facebook, but you're a great guy. You know, you're helping people. I know you care about people. I know you like to make money, but I know that you love to help people first. And one of the reasons why I like you is because that's me. I like helping people first and making money. The problem is I am making zero money right now. So I'm going to help people and make money, but I like to make some money soon. So, but
We'll get you, you know, like we've discussed, hey, the nation is growing, and I'm a huge proponent and fan of bringing on people that live and walk the walk and talk the talk, and someone I know and I can trust. And I'd love to see you continue. You know, we could dive into this another time, but this is typically a rough time of year for you, you know, dealing with the winter that's coming in New York. So I want to be your support, and I want the nation to be your support to help you through that. And I'm positive if you make it through this winter, you'll be at 200 pounds.
200. I'm going to be at less than 200.
Well, we'll break through that big number. And please
Sure.
don't tell people that I care about them more than I prefer to make money. You got that wrong, but
Oh,
I don't want people to start thinking I'm soft, you know?
You're not. You're not.
So it's been great talking to you. You're doing great things. The nation is there to support you. Keep doing it the way you're doing it, because it's working for you.
Thanks, Jason. And I'll.
All right, AJ, I'll talk to you soon.
All right. Talk to you soon. Bye.
Bye.